All right. Well, first I want to welcome everyone to the Lightless Beacon, this one-shot for Call of Cthulhu. I run this through an organization called the Cults of Chaos. This is an organized play by Chaosium, the company that produces this game, and they, disclaimer, I get store credit for running this game, and so I'm happy to do it because it benefits me, and hopefully it benefits you and gives you a good experience into what Call of Cthulhu can be for you and what it can provide as far as entertainment goes. This game takes place on April 12th, 1926. There's a storm outside. It's 8:15 p.m. The Beacon Island Lighthouse off the shore of Folly Point, Massachusetts, ceased to cast its light over the region's dangerous rocky waters about 15 minutes ago. As a result, the Essex County, a hired fishing vessel on which you are all traveling to Rockport, has foundered on the rocks and incurred considerable damage to its hull. The ship is sinking, and the captain hurries you toward the small inflatable raft acting as the ship's lifeboat. As he loads you in, he tells you that your best bet is to aim for Beacon Island. He doubts you'll make the mainland as the storm is brewing, and he's going to attempt to salvage his craft before swimming to shore. You should have just enough time to reach the island before the storm hits. Then, without another word, his yellow galoshes push firmly against your inflatable raft, and he shoves you off into the dark, churning waters, and all you have to guide you is the small light shining at the base of the lighthouse's towering silhouette. Now, again, this is 1926. This is the peak of prohibition in the United States. That means there was no alcohol that was legal to possess or sell unless it was for medicinal purposes. But that didn't mean alcohol didn't flow into the United States, and frequently it came in through seaways from Canada. It was often a way that booze would flow into the United States. And so there's always a concern during a storm that we might run into a shipwreck, and indeed our raft has struck something as we row frantically towards the island. And I need someone to make a spot hidden roll. Let's call on Robert Ross. Can you give us a spot hidden roll?
Yep.
Excellent. That's a hard success. And Robert, with that hard success, you notice that you have struck something. You think it's there's a sandbank nearby, but you see some twisted metal coming up from there. And there's very few barnacles on there. There's almost no deterioration or rust. This hasn't been here very long. This could be a wrecked ship that maybe was carrying booze to the United States. You don't know, but whatever it is, your raft is stuck upon it. And it's going to take a successful pilot boat roll to get us off of this before our raft takes a puncture. The sea is churning, storm is raging in. Who wants to give us that pilot boat roll? We have one player that's particularly skilled at it, or relatively skilled at it.
Anita will, being a marine biologist,
She's got some skill in that.
takes some command and attempts to pilot us out. So should I make the roll?
Please.
All right, here we go. Regular roll. Here we go.
Oh, so that is a fail. So you see the little red, looks like a scarab beetle. Now you have a choice. If you click on the 86, it will give you the option to push the roll or to spend 46 luck to pass. That's a lot of luck. If you push the roll and pass, you get it off of there. If you fail, well, you might be the first in the water. So I'll give you the choice.
Okay, so a push. What does a push do again?
That's going to re-roll that pilot boat roll. And if it's
okay.
And if it's a success, great. If it's a fail, there will be a negative consequence.
All right, I will push.
You know how to swim.
Yeah, everyone's relatively well. You actually rolled worse. So the metal lurches up through, and you're trying to push the boat away, and it slashes into your hand, and you're going to lose 1 hit point. So I'm going to reduce your hit points from 14 down to 13. As you cut your hand, and blood is now in the water, and the raft is quickly becoming untenable. It is deflating. Water is coming in over the side. You look at each other and think, we have to swim to shore. Now I've got a map here. Let me just show you this. This is kind of the general area of where we are. We were headed to Rockport, but we're stuck up here near Beacon Island at the top of the map. And so I'm going to zoom into a map of the island, and we're just off the northern edge of this map. We can see a dock on the northern end of this island, and there's a lighthouse, but the light is out. There's a faint light coming from the shack beneath the lighthouse, but for whatever reason the main light is out, which is probably why the Essex County, the ship we were on, ran into some rocks. They couldn't navigate in the storm. So we need to try and swim to that dock. So I need everyone to make a swim roll, and no one is particularly good at this, so we'll see how this goes.
And as we start to swim, you'd mentioned that there's metal from the ship, that it's above the water?
Yes.
All right. Because I would just like to, as I'm like going into the water, like if I could make sure if I can get on that metal, I would like to push off of it to the other side.
Ooh, okay,
rather
now,
than bonk into it.
If you want to do that, I'm going to give you a bonus die. So now you can move that slider over to the green and add a bonus die to that.
Okay, let's see if that helps.
So then you roll the 10 die twice, and you take the better of the two. No, it's still a fail. Now, everyone failed. If anyone wants to spend luck, there we go. So Anita spent luck, and Frank spent luck, or you could try to push the roll.
I'm going to push.
Okay. Oh, no. So, Robert, you likewise, you failed with a push roll, so there's going to be a penalty. What about Anne? Are you going to push that or take the fail?
I think like
the luck?
I'm not going to spend the luck. The luck seems too much.
Yeah.
I like I said, I'm just trying to suss out the situation here. Like, we're kind of on some wreckage.
There's just a few jagged pieces of metal kind of poking up. It looks like maybe the side of a metal hull of a ship.
So but there's no like flotsam or anything floating.
No, nothing that you see. This has probably been here a few days or weeks, but not like years or anything.
All right, I'm going to try and push.
I'm not able to hear Jim when he talks, if he is talking. I don't know if that's...
Can everybody else hear me?
I can hear you.
I can hear you.
Try leaving the chat and then come back in and see if that fixes it. Sometimes Discord is finicky like that.
Okay.
And Robert, you're going to lose a hit point for that pushed roll as you inhale a little bit of seawater.
And when Frank gets to the dock, he's going to look for any sort of rope or anything he can throw to the other people in the water to maybe help them out.
Yeah, so there is actually a little bit of rope here. This is where boats would often tie up. And you grab that rope, and very, very clever thinking. And as you hurl that out, that's actually going to help Robert to make his way back to the dock. And so, Robert, you come up sputtering. You're probably retching a little bit, heaving your guts out, expelling that seawater, doing the best that you can. Oh yeah, it's nasty, nasty stuff. Now, are we? Can you hear everyone now? Are you back in the chat?
Yeah, I've returned, and I'll wait and see.
I'm just never going to talk, so he'll always have a mystery.
Oh, I did hear you.
You hear that? Okay.
I know Jim in real life.
Perfect.
It didn't work.
Darn it.
So it looks like I made my pushed roll.
Excellent. So making your push roll, then there's no penalty. So, excuse me, I'm a little bit under the weather, so sorry if I'm coughing here and there. You make your push roll, so you one of the swells goes over your head and pushes you under the water, and you hold your breath and you push and kick with your feet, and you finally come back up and exhale, managing to reach the surface and kicking as hard as you can, and you manage to reach the shore. Now there's a small pier and a dock there. This is the safest place to come in. You can see as you all get up there, there's a narrow dirt path hemmed in by long grass, and the faint churning of machinery can be heard nearby. Let me have one of you make a either a mechanical repair or electrical repair. Whoever wants to make that can.
Y'all really don't want me trying that.
Frank knows a little bit of mechanics and
that's-
electronics. Give it a shot.
Yeah, Frank does indeed. Frank, you know that this is an electric generator. It's exactly what it sounds like, but it's kind of sputtering a little bit, like it's struggling. Now let me have Anita give me a spot hidden roll. Wonderful. So Anita, this dirt path, it leads from the dock up towards the lighthouse and the shack that's built at the bottom of that, and you see that there are small, muddy, animal-like footprints on this path. And I'm going to post a picture here to everyone. And looking at these look strange to you. Give me either a natural world, Anita, or a science biology roll.
Okay, I'll do a science biology. Clicking on it, but doesn't give me.
Is your character sheet popped out?
Yeah, it is. Should I
Pop it back in. Sometimes it's a little finicky with that.
Okay, give me 1 second. Oh wait, now it looks like I'm good to go.
Oof.
I have no idea
that is
what
a
those
fumble.
are.
Yeah, you have no idea what they are, but you can't identify this. This could be an as yet unidentified species.
How exciting!
It looks almost duck-like, and they're large, a little bit smaller than like a man-sized footprint, but they're quite large. And these tracks seem to lead right up the dirt path towards the lighthouse. You can see the dirt path moving up here, and you see the tracks coming right up through there.
Should we follow these tracks? Anita asks, starting to step forward.
I think we should head towards the lighthouse either way.
Rain is beginning to
Yeah,
powder down.
we're gonna need shelter.
Yeah, as the rain begins to pour down, and you're all wet and cold already, you know two things. One, you need shelter, but two, the rain will wash these tracks away, and if they're not followed soon, they may be lost forever, as the rain may make tracking impossible.
I guess we should get a move on.
Lead the way,
All right.
young lady.
Let's have someone make a track roll if you want to follow these tracks. If not, we can just head right to the lighthouse.
All right, Anita will try to track, although it's not one of her best skills.
Oof. You could push that, or you could spend the 58 luck, but that's in fact, you don't even have that much luck. You could push that if you like.
Push.
Ooh, even worse. So, you don't know what these are. You're keenly interested in them, and almost like sand through your hand. It's sifting away as the rain falls down, and you know that this is maybe a once in a lifetime chance to find a new species. Your name could be listed in the science annals of history, but the weather is not cooperating. And as you reach up near the base of the house portion of the lighthouse, you see boot prints as well. These are man-sized boot prints, like galoshes, rubber galoshes, and they kind of crisscross across the path, and then they start to head more down towards the southern end of the island, and those tracks seem to follow, and it looks like, you're not sure, but it looks like these little webbed tracks are superimposed over those boot tracks.
I report this to the others since I'm still in the lead at the moment and point it out to them.
Can we tell how fresh these tracks are?
Yeah, give me a track roll for that to see if you can determine how fresh they might be.
I got 10% in.
Well,
I have some experience tracking. Maybe I better take a look at it.
yeah. Let's have Frank take a look.
There we go.
Yeah, Frank, these are relatively fresh. Like these are probably made today, within the last couple of hours, based on the length of the storm.
So it's possible these individuals are still here.
Absolutely.
Interesting.
There should be a Tinder to the lighthouse, so not surprising. Maybe he's got some sort of animal that follows him around.
Fascinating. We should meet this man.
If you head up towards the lighthouse, from up here you can see now that there are a few sheds around here. One of them, this one right here that I'm pinging, you can hear the sounds coming from that. And there's a roof over this shed, and you can see there's a hole in it. And rainwater is dripping through that, and smoke is coming out through there. Clearly the water is getting onto that generator and affecting it. There is a light on in the house. It looks like a single light, and the front door to the house is open. Now those tracks continue on down to the south.
Should we go inside the home and get a drink or something before proceeding on?
Better introduce ourselves.
Now, Frank, you do have the tracks right now. You succeeded on your tracking roll. If you wanted to continue to follow those, you would be able to track those all the way to the southern end of the island. But you know that time is pressing. If you do stop here, there's a good chance you'll lose those tracks. But the choice is yours.
Maybe two of us can go in the house and see if we can be of assistance, because clearly there's some issues with the electricity.
Absolutely. Yeah, the lighthouse is not lit, and that's a problem.
I do need to get the owner's permission if we're to lift samples. The university won't abide by it any other way. I will go in the home with whoever wants to go with.
Well, who wants
Oh, like I'm going in, sweetie, but looks like you'll lose the credit, and good old Frank there is going to be the discoverer.
Frankly,
We'll make sure he's in the annotations in the paper.
So, Frank,
All
do you
right.
want to continue to follow the tracks?
I guess I'll go with Frank. Let's split up. That sounds like a great idea.
See how easy it is to
Always-
split the party?
Yeah.
Always works for Scooby-Doo.
Yep.
All right, so Frank and Robert, you're going to go after the tracks, and Anne and Anita are going to go into the house, correct?
Correct.
All right,
Yep.
let's start with Frank and Robert. So as you're following these tracks, they continue down along the south, and you see that those boot prints as well, and then you come across a section of the path in the grass that is slick with blood. And when you see this, you see not just blood, but you see that there is innards, entrails have been dragged from a body, slashed and trampled into the dirt. Then you see a corpse, and beside it lies a shattered lantern. It's evident that this person died recently. Now I need both of you to make a sanity roll when you see this. Oof. Robert failed. Frank succeeded. So, Robert, you're going to lose. I'm going to roll it for you. 1d4 plus 1. Robert, you're going to lose 3 points of sanity. So, on your character, where it says sanity, the top number, the 60, you can just hover over that and just change that to 57.
Okay.
And then you will notice at the very bottom left where it says daily, now it says 3 out of 12. So you have, if you get 9 more, you've hit your 1/5 of your sanity, you will go indefinitely insane. And then, Frank, you passed, but you still lose 1 for seeing this, so you're going to reduce yours by 1. Now, in Call of Cthulhu, anytime you fail a sanity roll, you will have an involuntary outburst, a yelp, a scream, you'll drop something, some sort of action that lets people know that you just got like a jump scare or freaked out. And so, Frank, you passed, but Robert, you didn't. What does Robert do? What's your involuntary action?
Yeah, I guess he just for that he would probably just scream like, oh my God, you know.
As you let out this gasp, something almost cruel crosses your mind. This red, this color that you see, this is a red you've never been able to mix. You've tried. You've mixed alizarin crimson and different shades of red with other colors, trying to get something that's perfect for your palette. But this is a color that has been unattainable to you. And as you
a
see
happy
this,
little red.
yeah, it's you're almost fascinated by this color, but you're also terrified and just repulsed by the fact that you find this delightsome. Now, Frank, you've got a body. You've got a crime scene here. What do you do?
Yeah, not first body, unfortunately, that I've ever seen. Gonna look for signs. Is he, torn up by a creature?
Yeah, give me
Shot.
a first aid roll first.
If I can find it. I see medicine.
You can do medicine as well. You should have first aid on your character sheet. Do you not?
First aid.
Not so good. That is a fumble. You are not sure what may have killed this person. The body is so torn apart. It could have been an explosion. It could have been an animal. Could have been a gunshot. You don't know. But you do see that there is looks like a holster on this person and a pistol in the holster. Do you want?
All right, I'll just check if it's fully loaded. If they got any shots off.
Yeah, you take out the pistol. It's a .38 pistol, and it is loaded, but it's missing 1 round. So 1 round has been fired from this gun. I'm going to drag this down to the chat. If you want to pick that up, you can open your character sheet and just drag that from the chat onto your character sheet, and you'll have it in hand. There's also. Sorry, go ahead.
Do I recognize the person?
So there's an ID. There's a wallet, and there is a Bureau of Investigation badge that reveals this man's name is Warren Thomas. And you may or may not recognize this person as a member of the FBI. This is a fellow member. And what does Frank feel when he sees this, or when he discovers this information?
He's a little bit torn apart on the inside.
Meanwhile,
because he did know the person.
Meanwhile, what's Robert doing?
That's an FBI man. I'm looking around to see, scanning the landscape to see if there's anyone else still around that might be about to jump out and attack us or anything.
Yeah, give me a spot hidden roll.
Oh.
Ooh, do you want to push that or spend luck?
Yeah, I want to push it. Oh, man.
Okay, there is a flash of lightning, and for a moment you think you see something lurking in the bushes as you turn, and it sends shivers up your spine. Give me another sanity roll.
I think something's still out there.
Ooh, you are going to lose 2 points of sanity, please.
Okay.
And you will have another involuntary reaction. What is that reaction? As you see, it looks like something lurking in the bushes. Just a bee.
That would probably be more like a high-pitched scream, like ah.
And Frank, you probably whirl around seeing Robert, freaking out. How do you react?
He's looking, kind of towards where Robert was, following his gaze.
There's another flash of lightning, and you see a clump of brush and thickets. There's a few branches that have no leaves on them. Looks almost like a hand, but you know it's just a bush, just a part of the thicket that's right here, kind of at the edge of the path there.
Keep it together, man.
You know this guy?
I found a badge on him. It looks like he worked for the FBI.
Do his shoes match the footprints we found?
Ooh, that would be a tracking roll.
Let's see.
You can't be sure. It's possible. You could push that roll. That would mean taking off one of his shoes and putting it into the print to verify that.
Do what needs to be done.
Ooh, wow! Rolled the same thing. As you pull off that shoe, his foot comes off with it, and as you pull, there's tendinous fibers and muscly strands that come with that shoe. I need a sanity roll from both of you. The boys are going to get back to the lighthouse completely insane while the women are in there having tea. Well, you both pass. You'll both lose 1, but you don't have any, freak out moment. And you take out the boot, and it's still got the foot in there, and you're like, yeah, I think that's it. You're pretty sure.
Did the foot fall off in a way that make me think the body's been there for a while?
No, it was more that it was mostly mangled and crushed to the point where it just disarticulated. Now, this thing's only been here for probably an hour. There's still a little residual heat in there.
Oh.
Now, those tracks, they continue on down towards the south end of the island. Not the boot prints, but the tracks.
Yeah. Should we keep going?
I think we need to figure out what's going on here.
Keep heading down.
Drake wants to keep going.
As you trudge
Take
down,
this gun. Gonna give him that gun I picked up.
perfect. So let me put a gun on Robert. I'll give you the 38.
Oh, you're giving me the gun?
Because I think Frank already has a gun, right?
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you. I was going to say, you're the only one armed, so you have to take care and protect me.
Just don't point it anywhere towards me.
Right. I do have some firearms training. It's not that good, though.
And I need to reduce your bullets down to 5. There we go. Perfect. As you continue on down the path, you come to the southern pier. And when you reach the pier, you see a pair of yellow galoshes sitting on the dock, and a yellow raft, or looks like maybe a lifeboat on the dock as well. The tracks seem to end as they reach the wooden dock.
Do a quick look inside the boat.
Yeah,
See if there's
give me a spot hidden roll. See a couple of things. One, the boots are filled with liquid, and most of it's darker than water. It's a mixture of blood and rainwater and seawater. And the inside the raft there is an oilskin, like a raincoat, and it says FV Essex County on there. This is all that remains of your hired captain. And I need another sanity roll from you guys as you realize your captain swam to shore and did not make it.
I think my sanity keeps resetting.
Uh-oh. I'll take a look there.
Back up to 5, 3.
Let me take a look. Frank.
You can change it by hovering over it and rolling the mouse wheel. So you might have accidentally been doing that. Like I found myself accidentally doing that.
Like zooming in and out.
Yeah.
All right.
Ooh, Frank, that's a critical fail. Okay, so Robert, you don't lose any, but Frank, you're going to lose with a fumble. You lose the maximum amount, which is 4. Nice. You're also going to have an involuntary reaction. So what is your involuntary reaction?
Gonna fire the gun I'm holding.
Oh, nice. Okay. Gunshot goes off. Robert, what do you do?
What the hell, man? You okay? You were telling me to keep it together.
Just didn't expect to see this.
And now, Robert, you've got a gun as well. You don't really know this guy in front of you. You were just passengers on the Essex County with this person, and here, like he's got a gun out and firing a gun, and looks like he's a little bit unnerved. What do you think about this, Robert?
Yeah, now I'm unnerved. I'm a bit terrified. I just want to get back to the house, get to some shelter and some light and heat.
Do you want to go
or get off the island?
Do you go? Do you go by yourself, or do you encourage Frank? Hey, let's get to the lighthouse.
Yeah, I'm gonna encourage him. Be like, hey, let's just. There's nothing down here. Let's just get back and find the others and get to some shelter.
All right, yeah, good idea. Go back up.
Let's go to the other group. So while all this is happening, you have made your way into the lighthouse, and I'm going to change our map here to one of the kind of a blueprint of the lighthouse. So we've got a side view here as well as kind of a floor plan. So we're going to start right here's the front door, which would be kind of right here on the house. That door is open as you approach, and you see a hallway that leads into the cottage's 4 rooms, 2 on each side of the wide passageway: the study, the bunk room, the kitchen, and the larder. And only the study's lights are currently on, and the hallway is not currently lit, but the light of the study kind of draws you in. And as I mentioned, the door is not shut. What do you two do as you reach this cottage?
So Anita, she cut her hand on the ship. That was pretty recent in her timeline.
Yeah.
So she's probably grabbing something out of her bag to wrap her bloody hand, check to see here in the dim light how bad it is, and maybe she calls out a tentative hello.
Give me a listen roll.
Okay.
You don't hear any response. You can push that if you want. If you maybe stick your head in the cottage.
I will. Hello? She says one more time.
And again, no response. You can smell freshly brewed coffee, though. There's a distinct smell in the air.
It's just what we need. Come on in, Anne.
And what do you do?
Anne's just walking straight in, like going by to get out of the weather of Anita wrapping her hand. Gonna walk in. Like you said, the hallway seems pretty dim, but there's like a little bit of light coming through the one door.
Yep. Give me a spot hidden roll if you would, Anne.
Oh,
That didn't work out so good.
Now that was
I'm just
not
walking right in. I'm like,
old eyes.
I'm not paying attention to nothing. I'm kind of going in there, looking in the door with the light.
No, it was not a fumble. You can push that again if you like, but you can also go in just looking for a place out of the rain.
Yeah, I'm mostly just trying to get in. I might not go completely through the door with the light behind it, but I would probably get closer to it while Anita's wrapping her hand.
Okay.
And then I was wondering, obviously we have no idea about what's going on out in the world.
Right.
I don't know if there's like lightning and thunder.
Yes,
but
there
if we ever do hear anything that sounds more human than lightning or thunder, I would just like to know when that is.
Perfect. You got it.
So yeah, I think I will push it. Like I'll kind of come in and stomp my shoes that are wet, and then
sort of making your presence known.
Take a look. Yeah, take a little bit closer of a look. Nope.
Ooh, almost.
Oh wait, I might pay luck though. How much?
So
or is that too late?
Yeah,
now?
once you push a roll, you cannot spend luck. Yeah. So as you come in, you kind of stomp your feet to make your presence known, and there's no response. You see in front of you there's a study, there's a kitchen, there's a bunk room, and a larder, and just the light from the study is on. Again, there's no one answers your call. There's a rack with jackets on there, like oilskins, and you notice that there's 3 hooks by the door, and only one of them has an oilskin on it. There's also 2 pairs of galoshes, and there's a space for a third, but there's no galoshes there. There's just a pair of slippers in there. There's also 2 lanterns that hang from hooks, and there's a third hook for an extra lantern, but looks like that one's missing. And as you walk in, give me a spot hidden roll. Or sorry, Anita, not Anne. Sorry.
Okay, got it. Yeah, I know the names are similar.
Yeah.
At one point, I didn't even know you were talking to me. Spot hidden. Here we go.
Ooh, do you want to push that?
I do.
Excellent. So as you walk in, you're looking around, and something catches your eye on the ground, and you didn't notice it at first. It was kind of in a darkened area where the light wasn't quite reaching, but as you look closer, it's 3 gold coins, and these are coins unlike any that you've ever seen before. There's strange writing on there, strange pictures on there. If you want to get a closer look at those, you could do like an appraise roll to see if you can determine, are these actual gold or what this might be? Are these medallions or coins?
Okay. As I start to lean closer to the coins, I ask Anne if she has any knowledge of pirates ever being in this area.
Pirates, dear? Why, of course. Many years ago. I'm like, why are you so interested in pirates all of a sudden?
I may have made a different kind of discovery. And I will go into my appraise roll as I pick up a coin.
Difficult to tell for you. It does. It feels heavy. Like this should be gold, but you have no idea, is this Spanish or what this could be.
Do I see her do this?
Yeah, absolutely.
Did I see her bend down, and do I notice the other coins there?
Did you? You tell me.
Well, she talked to me, so I would assume I would have turned around. My plan, like I said, like my stomping of my feet was nothing to do with making my presence known. It was literally just getting water off them.
Ah, nice.
I'm completely comfortable and oblivious at the moment. So I'm just gonna, as I turn around, look at her, I see her bend down and pick something up off the floor, and I see the other things there. I would like to pick up the other two, and I'm like, these, dear?
Yeah.
You found these here? And then I would like to attempt to do an appraisal. Actually, I would like to get out my jeweler's loop so I can get a little bit closer look, because it is a little dim in here.
So then add a bonus die. Nice. A hard success. So you see that one side of the coins appears to depict an obelisk of some sort, while the other is covered in strange symbols and disturbing designs. This is definitely solid gold. Give me an occult roll to try and determine the deeper meaning of these symbols.
Yeah, well, I'm not going to be so helpful with that, but...
You never know. Not with that attitude, Anne.
What would my luck expenditure be?
That would cost you 30.
And I only have. You know what? If I'm gonna do it, I'm gonna do it. Right?
It's a one shot. Why not?
Boom.
Nice. So this has symbology that is significant to religious tribes in the South Seas. You've seen things like this before. Some of the Polynesian tribes, you might think of like Tahiti or Fiji, things like that, but slightly different. And there have been people that have been interested in items like this, particularly here in New England, and you think that these could be incredibly valuable.
Anne, what do you make of these?
I go, well, dear, I think you should hold on to that one. Your pirate theory is a little half-baked, but they don't really have any metallurgical value, but they are definitely antiques. So you should hold on to that one. I'll hold on to these two for right now. But I don't know how you feel, but might be best if we keep this from the boys. Sometimes, people get that gold fever, and, well, frankly, we haven't even met formally yet. By the way, my name is Antique, and I happen to be an antiques dealer, which is why I know about these.
I knew I would like you as soon as we hopped in the boat together. So knowledgeable. You remind me of my grandmother.
Oh, thank you, dear. I said, well, now that we've found these, I think the first thing we should try to do is see if there's a fireplace somewhere that we can start getting our clothes dried.
Yes, please, and some of that coffee would be nice.
So there is a fireplace. It's in the study, which is just right here, just off the hallway. That's where the light is on. The smell's coming from the kitchen, which would be the kitchen's number over here, number 6. The smells.
I would like to get one of the the lanterns from the hook and bring it with me into the study.
Excellent. As you go into the study contains 3 armchairs located in roughly the center of the room, and in addition to the hall doorway, there's another door leading into the kitchen. In terms of furniture, besides the armchairs, there's a table to the left of the hall door and a roll-top writing desk on the outer wall, close to the kitchen door, and both have their own wooden chair next to them. The one by the writing desk currently lies on the floor, and the table holds several books of maritime tales, a bird book, a repair manual for the lighthouse, a pipe and a pouch of tobacco, a pair of binoculars, a sketchbook, pencils, watercolor paints, paintbrushes, and papers. Now, what appears to be a recently finished watercolor also sits on the table beside a neat stack of other paintings. Give me an intelligence roll, Anne, if you would.
Blissfully unaware.
That chair probably just fell over on its own. Sometimes
I would
chairs are
assume.
messy.
It's been very windy out.
As you walk into this room, now you did ask to be notified if you heard the sounds of another human. You hear a gunshot from somewhere south of your location, somewhere on the island.
I'm going to go, oh my goodness, dear, that doesn't sound good. Why don't you get this fire going a little more? I'll be right back. And I'm going to go out and I'm going to close the door and see if there's a way to lock it.
Ooh, from the outside?
Well, lock us, yes, so that lock it in while I'm inside the house.
Oh, got it. Yeah, so you can lock the door. It's not a very strong lock. It's like a not a deadbolt, but there is a lock on the door.
I'm sure the boys will knock when they get back.
Now,
And then I'll head back to the study.
let's go back to the boys. So you're heading back to the lighthouse. As you're getting close, you see the light coming from the door that's slightly open, and then you see a silhouette pass in front of the light, and then the door shuts. What did the two of
It's
you
like they're
do?
making themselves at home.
If that was them, you couldn't be sure who that was that you just saw.
I hope that was them. Yeah, let's hurry.
Definitely be good to get out of this rain.
I hope they have coffee too.
As you get up to the house, the cottage, if you try the door, it is locked.
It's locked. I'll try knocking.
And
Knock.
you hear a knock on the door.
I guess we should answer it. Who is it?
It's us from the
Essex County.
ship.
Oh,
I'm like, let the boys in, dear. I just, wanted to make sure we were in a secure space. And then, are you going to go let them in?
yeah, Anita unlocks the door and lets them in. Oh, you boys
When
look
she goes
terrible.
Yeah, when she goes to do that, I would like to know, was George a pipe smoker?
Yes.
Knowing George's past behavior and things he might have been into, is there any spot I would think he might put something that he wanted to keep safe or hidden?
Well,
Or do I think his roll top desk might have
you think the roll top desk is probably the place.
I would like to very quickly, while no one's in the room, try to open the roll top desk and see, is there like a little secret compartment or false panel?
Awesome. This can be so when you open it, it's closed but unlocked. When you open the desk, you see a half-empty, still warm mug of coffee and lots of stationery, envelopes, stamps, paper, bottles of ink, and pens. There's a mess of invoices for coin appraisals from a variety of Rockport antique stores that litter the rest of the desktop. And the quotes range from $2 to $5, and they're all dated late February 1926. And you know that while some of the stores have charged a fair price, others are attempting to take advantage of George. They're lowballing his offer for these coins. And then under a large coin catalog are several letters from further afield antique stores, librarians, and universities. And each letter begins with "Dear Mr. Cassidy," followed by an apology, explaining that the sender is unable to determine the origin of the coins described in the received correspondence. However, all of the letters state they are keen to see an actual sample so that they can carry out a proper, thorough analysis. Let me have Anne give me a library use roll, and this is as you sort of correlate these papers quickly.
So quickly. Not so quickly.
Do you want to spend luck or push that?
I think I'll try to push it. Maybe if
library use.
Maybe if I fail, maybe I just get I loudly close the roll top desk or something.
Yeah. So you find a letter on here, and I'm going to post it here. I'm going to send it just to you. Well, actually, I'll send it to everybody, but you're the only one that sees it. So it's a letter from the Newburyport Society, and it's dated April 2nd, 1926. And it says, "Dear Mr. Cassidy, thank you for your letter dated February 28th of this year. I do indeed recognize the coin you described, or at least I recognize the style of decoration, for we have a piece of similar origin here in our museum in Newburyport. As a result, I suspect your coin hails from nearby Innsmouth, and only the locals of that benighted town could tell you its true worth, to them at least. However, if you value your immortal soul, I strongly caution you against contacting any denizens of that place. No good ever came from dealing with Innsmouth. Instead, the Newburyport Society would be glad to purchase any coins you may have from you at market value, once their authenticity has been confirmed. If you would care to make arrangements to visit me here at the Society's museum at your earliest convenience, then I can arrange to have our appraiser examine the coins, whereupon we can agree to a fair price for the sale. Again, Mr. Cassidy, I urge you most strongly not to approach anyone in Innsmouth about your find. It really is for the best of all concerned. Yours sincerely, Miss Anna Tilton." Now I'm going to make that visible in the handout section of the journal. Let me make everyone an observer of that. So if you go to the journal toolbar, you'll see it under the Lightless Beacon handouts. You also notice that the writing desk has two drawers. The left-hand one is open. There's a key snapped off inside its lock. And there's an empty wooden box in there whose green velvet lining is shaped to hold a revolver. And there's 6 bullets that lie loose in the same drawer, but no gun is in here. The right-hand drawer is locked, and with your failed library use roll, you're making some noise in here. But you've got a chance to try and get this drawer open before the others come in here. It'll take either a locksmith roll, or you can force it open with a strength roll.
I think I'm going to have to strength it with a locksmith roll of 1. So I'm going to just try to pry that sucker open.
Oh, yeah. You pop it open, and there's a small journal in there that belongs to George Cassidy. Let me send this to everyone. And I will also make this observable. Then I will read through this for us as well. But again, you're the only one that sees this journal. February 13, 1926. I found something on one of my walks. A coin. I kept walking and found another, and another. I know it's gold. I found some mechanical parts as well. Looks like it might be from a ship. Must have gone down recently, but I don't recall hearing anything about no wreck of late, unless it went down in last night's storm when the light was out. I'd better keep this quiet. I don't want the other two here to get a slice of the action. I will keep this journal as a means of documenting my findings. This has to be worth a mint. And then 3 days later, that coin catalog I bought in Folly Point is useless. One thing I know is that the coins are old, real old. I have asked if I can stay on for as long as I can until I am sure that there is nothing left here for me to line my pockets. And I have to find a good lead on these coins and go where the money takes me. Maybe I should write to some of my old colleagues to see if they can help. I should probably try some of those fancy antique stores in Rockport while I'm at it. And then nearly a month later, the coins are getting hard to find. The 2 new crew members aren't helping matters. It makes it difficult to search without being noticed. Hope they don't cause me any trouble. Even so, I've filled a small purse which I keep on me at all times. April 3rd. I've got a good lead now. I'll be sending one more letter to Innsmouth. Then I'm confident I can get off this stinking island for good. I think Michael is watching me. I've bought a gun, just in case. Then April 11th, which was yesterday, Smith said he will leave the lighthouse tomorrow morning. He said he doesn't care if it voids his contract. He's had enough of this island and everything on it. At least that's one less pair of eyes watching me. Still stuck with that sneak Michael, though. Smith says the radio busted again halfway through talking with the bosses. Said he'd fix it before he leaves. I counted my coins just to be sure he didn't lift any off me in my sleep. I've seen Michael out the window, spying on my daily walks. I'll have to be more careful. And then today, Smith left without a word. Me and Michael didn't even see him go. Didn't take his paintings with him, which is a bit odd. Lousy rat didn't even repair the radio before he left. I'll get to it later tonight. Michael has gone to check something outside. Seems paranoid. I reckon there's more than just tobacco in that pipe of his. At least I get time to write. No word from... And that's where it ends. Now, you recognize the reference to you when he talked about...
the colleague.
The colleague, yep, absolutely. So as you're reading this, Anita, do you let the boys in?
Yes. Are you guys all right?
And you look at them. Anita, give me a psychology roll as you look at these two fellows.
Don't look so well.
Well, you can't tell, but they don't look all right. They look like, today's been a pretty rough day. They look a little nervous, a little agitated, and very anxious.
I just try to show them in and let them know we haven't found anyone yet.
I smell coffee. Oh, I just realized I don't think we formally introduced ourselves. My name's Robert Ross, but you can call me Bob.
Oh, nice to meet you formally.
And Bob, you can smell the aroma of coffee coming from the kitchen.
I could use a cup myself, actually.
Can I hear them chatting out in the hall there?
Yes, yep. You can hear voices. Maybe you can't quite pick out exactly what's being said, but you can definitely hear masculine voices, and you can hear Anita's voice as well.
Because I might pick up the fallen chair and sit in it and just go, "Oh dear, why don't you bring us all in some coffee, and don't forget to lock the door behind them."
Frank, give me a spot hidden roll when you come in. The first thing that you notice, being trained with the FBI, is you're always, and having seen a crime scene, you're looking for these sorts of things. There are 2 bullets lodged in the hallway floor. It looks like these came from a. Actually, give me a firearms handgun roll to see if you can determine the trajectory of these bullets. Oh, nice. An extreme success. These came from the steps that lead up into the lighthouse. Someone was standing on those steps when they fired these shots towards the door, kind of down the hallway. So that they were standing on these steps, and the bullets are right about here.
Something interesting, Frank?
I want to, I knew somebody who worked at this lighthouse a while ago. I wonder if they're still here. Have you seen anybody?
Not yet. We just started a fire, and then my next priority is coffee.
Well, his name is Michael. Keep a lookout. Shows up at the door.
You could go check the bunk room, see if there's anyone asleep in there.
Yeah, definitely gonna look through the lighthouse a little bit for. Well, I know he's dead, but gonna look for signs of his belongings, what he was doing.
Yeah. Well, any belongings he had would certainly be in the bunk room. And if you go in there, you can give me a spot hidden roll, and you can add a bonus die because you might know where a bureau agent would keep anything that he wanted to keep secret. Yeah, so you know that they teach you in the FBI, put a slit in the mattress and hide your stuff in the mattress. No one will check there. So that's one of the first places you look. And inside that slit in the mattress, you find 1 gold coin, 6 loose bullets, and you find a pocket-sized notebook stuffed inside that mattress. And the notebook, let me share this. And let me make it observable. It says George Cassidy, previous criminal record, involved in smuggling, lights on water, small rowboat, found ship parts on North Shore, found gold coin on North Shore, bigger than just bootleg moonshine. What is going on? Smith said saw someone in trees and peering through window. Men on island at night? Croaking noise? Frogs? Just then, Anita and Bob, you hear... Oh, hang on. Not that song. Sorry, I'm changing the music here. You hear a sound coming from out in the dark. A croaking, chirping sound. It's coming from just outside the cottage.
Nita raises a hand for anyone around to stop moving. She wants to listen very intently.
Give me a listen roll.
Yeah, you hear that?
I can't tell what it is.
You could, if you want to push the roll, you could go get close to one of the windows where the sound might come through easier.
Can I open up a window? I think Anita would want to open up a window.
Absolutely.
I guess delicately opens up the window because she doesn't want the thing to run away, and then tries again. Listen. Whoops, I'm in the chat. Character sheet. Okay. Here we go.
You're not sure what that is. With the window open, it's very loud. It sounds like multiple things. And then give me a spot hidden roll. There's a flash of lightning, and you see 3 or 4 crouched things on the ground. They're roughly the size of teenagers, children, teens, not quite fully grown, but maybe 5 feet tall. They're on all fours. They look slick and gray and wet, and they're crawling on the ground outside the window towards the cottage. And when you peer out with the window open, you see one of them look up at you, and these huge, deep black eyes stare at you. And you need to make a sanity roll, please.
All right. She gasps, and then...
Ooh. You're going to lose only 1 point of sanity for seeing this. You are a marine biologist. You're kind of intrigued by these sorts of things. Now, just for fun, I'm going to pull our tokens onto this.
Quick game question. Do I need to subtract it myself, or do you do
Yes,
that?
if you will subtract it yourself, please.
So I take it down from 60 to 59, is that right?
Yes.
Got it.
So I'm going to just move everyone kind of to where they are. So I assume you guys went into the kitchen to get coffee. There's the window
there we are.
right there. And then let me grab... There's a thing just outside the window. Let me post a picture of it.
Yeah. So do I see it too then?
Only if you're looking directly out the window. But you see...
Yeah, that looks like my son.
So Anita, when you my teenager, when you failed your roll, you're going to have an involuntary reaction. What is your involuntary reaction?
I think I will do a little squeal and then be embarrassed because this should be right in my wheelhouse, but I've never come face to face with anything like this.
Now, you would be at first afraid that it might frighten it off, but it turns and with almost inhuman speed it dashes at the window. Now, Robert, you hear this scream and you see Anita looking at the window, and she just screams as she's peering out. She has seen something. What does Robert do?
Upon seeing this and screaming myself, I would probably dash to shut the window.
Okay, you're going to have to give me a dexterity roll to do that before this thing can get through the window. Ooh. Do you want to push that or spend the luck? I don't know if you've got that much luck.
I do, but I'm going to push. And I blew it.
Okay. You bring the window down, but it gets its hands through there. You see the hands in this face up against the glass. Give me a sanity roll, Bob.
Yeah.
Oh, you missed it by 1.
Yeah.
And you lose 4. Oh, you're 1 away from going indefinitely insane.
Oh, no.
So this thing is... You could not get the window shut. These things have access to the window. Anita and Bob, you also have to have an involuntary reaction. What do you do as this thing... You're not able to keep it out?
Yeah, I just scream real loud, and I'm probably just saying, "Oh my God," over and over again.
Frank and Anita and Anne, you hear this, the screams and Bob freaking out in the kitchen. What did the two of you do?
Frank's definitely gonna kind of dash towards him, see what's going on.
Give me a listen roll, Frank. Do you want to push that as you go through the hallway? You maybe turn and look at that front door like, did we lock that? Did we shut it? You're kind of listening. If you push it, you're going to pause. Otherwise, you can continue into the kitchen.
He was pretty sure he remembered Anne shouting out, telling Anita to lock it, so he's going to kind of keep going.
Okay. You see this thing coming through the window, and you need to make a sanity roll as well. And that is a fail. Let me roll for you. And you will lose 1. And what is your involuntary action?
He's probably just going to jump a little bit, kind of run into the door frame as he comes through the room.
And you hear all this going on.
Miss Teak would immediately, upon hearing the first scream, head out into the hallway, trying to do two things quickly. One, double checking the door, because you just can't trust young people, making sure that it's shut and locked. And then the other thing would be to grab the other two, or no, there was only one other lantern, right?
Yep.
I already have one,
Yep.
but I would grab the other one and then get back into the study.
As you get to that front door to check that it's locked and to grab the lantern, give me a listen roll.
Not my strong suit.
No. Yeah, you can hear there's a lot of noise outside. There's the rain coming down. There's the crashing of thunder and lightning. The entire house feels like it's shaking, and in fact, it's the turning of the handle of the door. Someone's trying the door, but you can't really pick that out from all the noise. You grab the extra lantern and make it back into the kitchen. When you see that thing coming through, I need you to make a sanity roll.
Oh, I was going into the study.
Oh, into the study. Okay, sorry. Then you go back
Yes.
into the study with the extra lantern. Excellent.
Yes, and I would close the door behind me.
Okay. So that door right there is closed.
Yep, and when I get a moment, I would be pouring the fuel, the kerosene or whatever it is from the lantern, on and in front of the door.
In front of the study door?
Yep.
Perfect. Let's go to, since we're essentially in combat, I'm going to take us into initiative order. So the way that combat works in Call of Cthulhu, your initiative is based on your dexterity. So you don't really roll initiative, it's just your dexterity score. If you have a gun out, which Frank does, then you add 50 to that score. So Frank, I'm going to check that your gun is drawn, and that will bump you up to going first. So Frank, you are up first. If you use your gun, you can take a shot at this thing.
He's gonna pull his gun out too when he gets a chance.
Perfect.
Does it look very aggressive right now? I mean,
it's trying to get in. It's trying to smash the window and pick the window up, and you can see there's several more out there trying to force their way in.
Frank's gonna try and pick his gun so he kind of fires through part of the window that's already open.
Okay, and not try to shatter the window to make it easier for them to get in.
Exactly.
So I'm going to give you a penalty die on that because you're kind of calling, like you're trying to hit a very small target. Mm-hmm. So you're going to roll a firearms skill and add a penalty die to it. Now with your gun, you can take multiple shots. A single shot is just a straight roll, although in this case you get a penalty die. You can take a second shot and it would add an additional penalty die to it. But you can decide after you take the first one if you want to shoot again.
One here.
So that first one's going to be a miss. Now you can spend luck on these. You can't push it, but you could spend luck. You could spend 11 points to make that a success.
No, maybe kind of just the sound of the gunshots.
Okay.
Will help scare this creature away.
Do you take a second shot?
Yeah, we'll do a second one. That is 2 penalty dice.
2 penalty die. Yep, correct. And that is likewise a miss. So 2 shots go off at that thing, but you're unable to stop it. Its turn. It is going to try to bash in the window. It's going to make a strength roll. And it succeeds. It smashes the window in. Glass shards come flying in towards Bob and Anita. And you both probably put up your hands defensively. Anne, what do you do?
Well, like I said, if I was able to have the that door closed. I assume the other door was closed too because there was no light in the kitchen coming
Right.
from the
Yep.
fireplace.
So both these doors are
So,
closed.
yep, if there's no latch for that door, I'll just kind of be by the fireplace and I'll see if I can't get like a piece of, one of the kindling logs or whatever that's lit. Like I'm going to hold that and I'm going to throw any more wood that might nearby into the fire just to try and keep it stoked.
Nice. Give me a dexterity roll you've probably got some tongs there. It's not too difficult, but there's gunshots going off. It's a little nerve wracking in here. Yeah, your hands are shaking as you're trying to get one of these burning logs out of the fire. Do you want to spend the luck or push that?
I don't think I have the luck to spend.
Have you blown through most of your luck?
Oh yeah, how much would it be?
Yeah, you could push it. So you'd have to spend 12? Oh, there you go. Yeah, you got it. So you at first you fumble, but then you manage to grab that burning log, and you've got it in these iron tongs as you're feeding more logs into the fire. Anita, your turn. Now this thing is coming through the window. You do have you've got a scalpel in your kit, or you can punch this thing if you want to try and punch it.
Yeah, she whips out her scalpel and goes for a strike on the hand to get this thing to think twice.
Yeah, that's going to be a fighting brawl roll.
Okay, so...
And anytime you attack something in like close combat, it has a chance to either try to dodge or to fight back. And monsters will typically always fight back. And so it may get a counterattack on you if you don't do well. That is a really good job. So he is going to fight back. So you got a hard success. He has to get an extreme success in order to succeed on his fight back. And he does not. So you're going to damage him, and this is with your scalpel.
Mm-hmm.
So that does 1d3 points of damage. Let me roll that for us. And you would add a damage bonus if you had one, but you don't. You give him a pretty nasty slash across the hands as he's reaching out towards you. And he recoils back, letting out a cry of pain, and he's bleeding pretty severely. Bob, you're up.
I wanted to pull out my gun and take a shot at point blank range.
Okay, if you want to pull it out and shoot, I'm going to give you a penalty die. Normally, point blank would give you a bonus die, so it's going to balance it all out. So you got your gun out, so go ahead and take a shot.
Okay, now do I roll that from the 38 special on the combat tab?
Yes, you can, or you can just roll the skill.
Okay, handgun skill?
Yep.
Okay.
That's a miss. Now you can't push it, but you can spend the luck.
I will spend the luck.
Now you have some options. 22 luck will make it a passing roll. 32 makes it a hard success. 38 makes it an extreme success. With a bullet or a knife, something that has the ability to impale, there's what's called an impaling strike. And if you do that, it does max damage plus the die roll. So if you really, really want to put this thing down, you could spend 38 luck. But he looks pretty badly wounded already. You may not need to. I'll leave you that choice.
Okay. I'll just spend the 22 luck. That gives me luck for later in case I need it.
Go ahead and roll 1d10 for me.
Okay. Is there just the d10? There's no damage die thing? Okay.
10. Awesome. You hit this thing right between the eyes. What happens when you take him out?
It just through the back of the skull there's just an explosion of ooze and ichor, whatever.
Nice.
Coming out, and he just slumps forward onto the windowsill and flumps down. And then I blow the smoke off my gun and say, "That's my happy little gun."
Now you got 4 shots left in that gun, and with another flash of lightning, you see there's 6 or 7 or 8 more of those creatures coming towards the building.
Oh,
Now let's go back to Frank. So we're out of combat because the enemy's down. Frank, you can hear sounds all around. The windows being smashed. There's a window in the bunk room. You think that one of those just got smashed in. You can hear the door being pressed up against. There's something pounding up against the door trying to force its way in. What do you do, Frank?
They're coming in from all over. We need to climb up the lighthouse.
yeah, I agree.
If we're going to do that, Anita would like to try to scout out a better weapon than her scalpel before ascending.
Yeah, so there are some kitchen knives in here. And I can put that onto Anita's character sheet. There we go. It does about the same as your scalpel, but it's bigger and cooler.
Okay. What about Anne? She cries out, though.
And where is Anne?
Anne?
Yeah, this door is shut right here.
Do I hear? I hear my name through the door?
You for sure heard the gunshots, and I think you would probably hear your name, and you can see things are pushing their scaly hands up against that window there.
I'm gonna go. Yes, dear. Just a minute.
In case you haven't noticed, we're surrounded by creatures. I assume the door was unlocked and I could walk through.
Yep. Yeah, there's no locks on these inner doors.
Okay.
You probably smell some kerosene.
Yes,
as well.
Yeah, I'm like,
really strongly like kerosene.
I'm like, watch the other door, dear. I don't want you to get any kerosene on you. Let's head up the lighthouse.
What?
And I'm gonna grab the. I heard like gunshots, right?
Yep.
Multiple. I'm gonna grab the bullets out of the roll top desk and put them in my pocket.
Perfect.
And I'm going to, as I follow him out through this kitchen door, I'm going to have I still have one lantern.
Yes.
So I'm going to light that, and then I'm going to throw the fiery piece of wood up against the door, and then book up the lighthouse steps with everybody else.
Nice.
Jesus, Anne, that's dangerous.
Let's move everyone over to this little side map here.
Oh, look at that.
So I'm gonna drag us all over here.
It might slow them down, dear.
Okay, so as you start to climb up, you get to about this point just before the first landing, and there's a grate here over the landing, like a steel mesh grate, and it's not locked. You're able to lift it, but as you're reaching that point, you hear the front door is breached. It's smashed in, and these things begin to pour into the lighthouse. And from looking down, you can just see silhouettes and shadows, the firelight dancing, and these shadows of things moving into the house. Now the smoke has started to pour out of the house, but it's also, this lighthouse is acting like a chimney, and the smoke is starting to filter up through this lighthouse, and you're going to need to get up to the top where there will be some fresh air before too long, but maybe this smoke will keep them out. You can only hope. As you make your way up to that landing, you get to the let me grab this, the service room. Now you go through the grate, and from here you can see here's the mechanism that's used to turn the lamp. It's mounted into the ceiling, and from the noise it appears to be working. That's what the generator's doing, but for some reason the light is not working. And there's steps leading up through a trapdoor to the lantern room above. Now there are several boxes here, including replacement bulbs for the lighthouse's beacon. There's a workbench and a tool bag. There's also opposite the workbench is a radio. It's in a semi-state of disrepair. Looks like someone has taken this apart and just has not put it back together.
Or anything that looks like we could put over the grate?
Some of these crates, for sure, you could try and put over the grate.
I will mention it to one of the strong boys.
So maybe Anne and Anita, do the boys let you guys go up first? Being chivalrous and all that. I'll put the boys in the service room. So, Anita and Anne, when you reach the top of the lighthouse, this is a wet, bloody scene. 2 panes of glass in the lantern room's windows have been broken somehow. Their shattered remains crunch underfoot. The rain blows in through the gaps, making the metal decking slippery. Adding to the slipperiness is blood from the corpses of 2 men, along with that of 2 bizarre fish-like creatures. And I've got a picture here. And one of the dead fish things is latched onto one of the man's neck by its teeth, even in death. And I need both of you to make a sanity roll.
Not my strong suit.
Nope. Ooh. Okay, well, we're going to have our first chance of insanity here. So, Anita, you're going to lose 1, and Anne, you're going to lose 7.
Oh.
And you lose 7 because you recognize the man here who has this thing on his neck. This is George. This is your friend. Now, Anne, whenever you lose 5 or more in a single go, there's a chance you can go temporarily insane. You need to make an intelligence roll. If you pass this, that means that your mind accepts these things as true and you go insane. If you fail, that means that you just kind of push it aside, push it back into the recesses, into those dark corners where you never want to access. So give me an intelligence roll.
Oh, this is something I'm totally going to pass.
Right?
I thought I pushed it. Oh, wait, there it is. So sane am I.
Oh, yeah. So you're going to have a bout of madness. So here's what we're going to do. Roll a d10 for me. Now, on the chat bar at the bottom, there's a picture of dice. There's a triangle, a square, and a couple other dice. One of them, if you hover over, is a d10. It's the one in the middle. Roll that one for me. This will be how many rounds this goes on, and then roll it again, and that'll be what the effect is. There's a table that we can use for bouts of madness. So it'll last for 5 rounds, and number 3 is violence. Red mist descends as you explode in a spree of uncontrolled violence and destruction directed at your surroundings, allies, or foes alike, and this will go on for 5 rounds. And so when you see George is dead, you stop and you look at Anita, and you think she's the cause. She's the marine biologist. These are some strange creatures from the ocean. Perhaps she did this to
He
George.
brought them.
She brought them here.
You bitch.
I didn't. I never.
And Anne, what do you do to Anita?
Oh, I'm gonna smack her in her face.
Nice. Give me a fighting brawl roll. And Anita, do you fight back or you try to dodge out of the way?
You're gonna be like, you brought these things here. It was you and your lust for that fake gold. You did this to George.
I would, on her first swipe, I'll just try to step aside.
Yeah, give me a dodge roll.
Okay. Wait 1 sec.
What's going on
Man,
up there, do you
what's
think?
into you?
So you failed your dodge roll, but Anne also failed her fighting brawl roll. So you guys are kind of slapping at each other, swinging, but not really making good contact. And you're trying to get out of the way, but you're hitting hands, and you can hear the smacking of flesh on flesh down below Frank and Bob, and shouting up above something bad or amazing
Your
is going on
mad
upstairs.
science gone wrong.
It's not well, guys. Please come up.
It's an abomination.
Frank and Bob, what do you two do?
Well, I'm not going up there. Listening to that.
Now, coming up from below, as you're moving those crates, you can see those things, and there are several of them coming up the stairs.
Shit.
Did they secure the trap door?
They're putting crates over it now. I'm going to have someone do a mechanical repair to see if they can get that to where they feel it's secure enough.
Try and work on that.
Well, you don't know. You could maybe, if you reach down, maybe you can wedge a tool in there, but it's going to put your hand really close to one of these things, and it's sticking its claws through that grate trying to reach up at you. Do you want to push that?
Yeah, try and do it. I think I can get it done.
Ooh. As you put your
number.
Yeah, you put your hand down, and that thing grabs your hand, and as you pull it away, it puts its mouth under your hand, and it comes away with half of your finger.
Oh.
And Frank, you're going to lose 2 hit points. I'm going to take that off of you. There we go. You pull your hand back, and you're missing part of your ring finger on your left hand. What does Bob do?
Oh, can I shoot at its hand?
Sure. You get a bonus die on this.
Okay. Come on. What?
You can spend luck. It'll be 19 luck to pass.
Yep, I'll spend it. So is that
Perfect.
D10
So now-
damage?
Yep. Roll 1d10. 2
Oof.
damage. Let me mark that off. It's a glancing blow, but it does hit it nonetheless. Let's go back up top. Anita. Anne is freaking out. She's attacking you. What does Anita do?
I think I'm gonna need to try to knock her down. So I'm gonna try to put my foot behind her, like her leg, and then give her a push.
Okay. Give me a fighting brawl roll. And then, Anne, do you want to fight back, or are you going to try to dodge?
Actually, can I use my strength to steady myself to try to prevent from falling?
Yeah. So this would technically what's happening. This is called a fighting maneuver, and so it's an opposed brawl roll, and so you won't be able to use your strength, but I will, because you're insane. I'm going to give you a bonus die because you've got this superhuman violence going through you. So you need to get a hard success to succeed.
That's not going to happen.
No, so you get knocked to the ground, and now Anita is towering over you. First, she killed George. Now she's going to kill you, Anne. You're convinced.
Get a
That's
hold
right.
of yourself, Anne.
Like, you-
Get a hold of yourself.
I scream, you bitch, and that cursed gold that you found, you did this.
I only kept one piece, you crazy old bat.
Now, Anne, you're laying on the ground in George's blood, and next to his body. And as you look over, you see George's face, and he's looking at you, his eyes open, his mouth open, almost in a rictus of horror. And around his neck, you see a leather cord, and there's a pouch around his neck. And spilling out of it are gold coins.
In my madness, in between trying to bitch slap Anita, I'm going to like grab that pouch and the coins.
Nice. So you grab those up. Let's go back to Robert and Frank. So those things are still pressing up against that. You weren't able to secure that. in no short time they're going to be through that. You guys can make a stand here, or you can go up a little higher.
Can we try again to secure it?
Yeah. How many fingers you got?
I can try a mechanical repair. I'm terrible at it, but
I really think I can do it.
By the finger.
come on.
Ooh.
It's terrible. Push. Nope.
No. And so as you push, it clamps onto your hand and takes another finger, and you're going to lose 2 more hit points.
Oh, well, that was Robert.
Oh,
so
that
it's a
was
different
Robert.
guy.
Sorry. So Robert will lose 2 hit points.
Yeah.
Perfect. So now, Robert, you're missing a finger as well. And with those 2 fails, they begin to push and lift, and you can feel the inexorable surge, the tide of these things coming through. You don't think you can hold them back any longer. What does Frank do?
Frank is gonna take a couple shots at the ones that are coming in right now.
Perfect. Ooh, terrible shot. You can shoot again. You can spend if you have 37 luck, or you can spend again with a penalty die.
Maybe instead, can you just grab the radio and head up?
Yeah, so the radio is in pieces. It's kind of broken apart. Someone was supposed to fix it and never did. But you can scoop up those pieces and head upstairs.
Yep, that's what he's gonna do.
Okay, you get up there and you see Anita standing over Anne, and looks like they've been tussling. Anne is just shouting all sorts of curses at Anita, and when you get up here, you see the dead man, laying on the floor next to those creatures. I need Robert and Frank to give me a sanity roll as you see that.
I'm gonna go totally insane now.
Yep.
Oh, sweet.
Oh, nice.
Maybe not.
No, Frank's good.
I made it.
Yep, you've seen a body before tonight. It's no big deal.
Welcome to the party, boys.
Let me have Frank. Give me a spot hidden roll. Excuse me. Ooh. Do you want to push that?
Yep.
Okay. What you're looking for is, why this looks again like a crime scene. You're looking for,
Yep.
One, why is this light out? It should be on up here. The power's on. Oh, excellent. You can see that the bulb has been shattered, and there's also, it looks like a bullet has passed through one of the panes of glass that magnify the light, and so there's now rainwater coming in. Probably George got into a gunfight up here. If you go outside to get away from the smoke that's starting to pour up this makeshift chimney, you can see down on the beach, you see dozens of these creatures coming up from the shore, and already climbing up the side of the lighthouse are more of these things, clinging Gollum-like to the slick surface and scaling up the side of the lighthouse.
My God.
They're everywhere.
Let's go to Anita. What do you do?
Is there a way to assist? They're not close enough to us, so we're not really attacking them yet.
No
right?
one's attacking you right now. But it's just a matter of time before they get up the stairs or climb up the side of the lighthouse.
I guess I'll position myself at the side of the lighthouse and get ready to, strike down with the kitchen knife as soon as possible.
And Anne, you now see that Robert and Frank have ganged up on you. So all 3 of them are here to get you, Anne. What does Anne do?
Who's closest to me now that Anita moved away?
I think Robert is. Robert's gotten pretty close to you.
Snap out of it, Anne. They're everywhere.
All right. I am going to try to smack him in his face too and go, "You're in it with her. You knew she had that cursed gold and created these mutant things of science, didn't you?"
I just wanted to paint my happy little trees, my happy little lighthouses.
Now, Bob, do you want to fight back or do you try to dodge that attack?
Uh, I'll fight back.
Nice. Make a fighting brawl roll.
Oh, fighting brawl is actually terrible, but
Yeah, and again, you guys are both just smacking at each other,
Yeah.
not really landing a solid blow. Um, let's go to Frank. What are you doing?
What are you talking about? Created these frogs? Frank's gonna, in case they're like predators that are hungry, he's gonna toss one of the bodies down.
Ooh. You take George's body or the body of one of the creatures?
He's going to do whatever human is closest to the entrance
That'll be
to the
George.
stairs.
So you don't mean like one of your friends, like one of the dead bodies here. Give
No,
me
he's gonna toss. He's gonna toss the frog guy
the
down.
frog guy down. You pick
One,
him
two.
up and roll him down the side. Are you trying to hit one of the things coming up?
Not necessarily. He just wants to toss it down to see if they're like looking for food.
Excellent. So you toss it down, and it hits the ground with a smack. And several of the creatures immediately swarm around it, and you can see them kind of sniffing and snuffling and inspecting. Then they look up at you, and they just continue to go up the up to the lighthouse and begin to climb. Robert, what are you doing?
yeah, I guess I'm gonna throw George's body down then.
Nice. You pick up George's body. You trying to hit one of the things on the way down?
Yeah, but I'm trying to distract him though to see if I can get him to eat it. So maybe we can.
Yeah. Give me
I
a
don't know.
give me a dexterity roll if you're trying to just take out one of the things climbing up while you
Yeah.
drop it down. Oh, nice.
Ooh.
Yeah. So you hit this one that's kind of the topmost one, and it flies down to the bottom and lands with a splat, and it looks like it's just broken down there on the ground. And George's
Nice.
body hits the ground, and it's swarmed immediately by other creatures as well as the one that fell off, and they linger around the other creature for just a moment before more of them go around George. And again, they're sniffing, they're grabbing, they're squeezing, they're pawing and scraping, and then they look up at the lighthouse and they continue to climb up. Give me a natural world roll, Bob. Ooh. Yeah, you can tell these things, they're not looking for food, but they were looking for something.
What are they looking for?
Let's go back to Anita.
Okay. I guess I'm not close enough to Robert to hear any of his
Nope.
when he said, "What are they looking for?"
No, I said that out loud.
Okay. I would maybe I don't know. GM, am I able to make the connection that perhaps these coins are causing some of the trouble here?
If you make that connection, then your character sure can as well.
All right. She wonders if it's the coins. So on a hunch, she will maybe like try to throw one to one that she thinks can catch it. Whether that's on the inside coming up or crawling from the outside, whichever one seems like it would have the better chance.
Probably on the outside might be easier. So,
Okay, so she'll like get their attention and say, "Is this what you want?" And kind of just gently drop, lines up her hand so the creature can follow where she's going to drop it, and then we'll drop it.
you drop it down and it reaches out a hand and grabs the coin and pulls it up to its mouth and sniffs and tastes the coin, and it looks up at you and holds out its hand as though asking for more.
She, if I have a little time left in my turn, I would try to get the attention of everyone. The coins, the coins! We've got to give these frogs the coins.
What coins?
Well, there's some
Exactly.
coins about.
Yep. Let's go to Anne. Now, this is your last round of insanity. Again, you're going to
No, that was
react.
the third last round. I did 3 attacks.
Oh, you did 3? Okay.
I did 2 on Anita and 1 on
One on
Bob Ross,
Bob.
right?
That's right. That's right. Perfect. So,
Yes.
So you come to your senses. These things have broken through the crates at the bottom. They are just below the floor.
I'm going to take the bag of coins and I'm going to like shake them down, but I'm going to try to aim for. I assume they popped open the grate.
Yep.
I'm going to be trying to get it past them and have them start going down to the bottom of the lighthouse.
Nice. So you hear the jangle of coins as you shake out George's treasure, and you see the sparkle in the lantern light as these gold coins tumble down the stairs. And these creatures immediately go after the coins. And where once they were hell-bent on reaching you, they now begin to go down, seeking after these coins that are falling and cascading down these stairs.
Now, what are we going to do?
I thought for sure we were all about to die.
We were.
Now, there is still one coming up toward Frank. Frank, I don't know if you recall, but you found a coin in that mattress.
Oh, he does.
So, Frank, what do you do?
I'll pull the coin out and drop it down to it.
It catches it and lets out a strange cry, almost a loud, mournful croak. And with that, the young ones begin to quiet and ease themselves down off of this smoking chimney and recede back towards the beach. And as they do, the lighthouse...
I was going to say, could I have just a real quick
Yep.
point of clarification?
Yep.
Can they supernaturally know where all the coins are?
It's more by smell. So, like, they would smell, like, where...
Oh,
or maybe it announced that it obtained one. They've been communicating with each other about how much gold there was to find.
They do know?
They do know, yes. And in fact, you still have one, I think, don't you, Anne?
I have 2.
You have
That's
2,
what I was asking.
yeah.
'Cause
So do you keep some of those? I'll let you if you want to keep them secret.
I would hold on to them, like if they go down, and that's what I was going to say. If you wanted to go like, oh, there's still 2 coming up, I'll throw the 2 away. But if they go down, because like I said, that's why I tried to scatter them at the bottom.
Yeah. So
they would go off maybe and count them, and I'm hoping we can either get to daylight or maybe get this friggin' lighthouse working.
And so I'll give you a choice because this would go one of 2 ways. So this is the end. They will, if they are satisfied, they'll go back into the sea and leave you alone. And then we can do an epilogue where 6 months from now you pull out one of these coins, and I think that would be a great ending. Or do you want to?
Oh no, I would definitely hold
Okay.
on to them if I thought I could get away with it.
Okay, so let's do that. So they take the coins that they have and they recede back into the sea. And the storm continues to pound as you look down and you see all of these creatures slowly leaving the island and going back into the ocean. And the smoke continues to boil out of here, and you know that you can't descend down until the fire burns itself out. And so you're left up here in this lashing rain and wind until rescue comes at some point. Now let's do an epilogue. This will be like 6 months later. Frank, where are you, and where has your life taken you?
Well, he chose not to kind of report on necessarily all the details here. He thought it'd be a little crazy if he talked about frogs. But it appeared there was some animal attack on the island and some infighting where a smuggler shot another person. And he'd be looking into antique due to what she was shouting when she was crazy. But at the same time, probably wouldn't be able to investigate this very well. considering the circumstances.
Yeah. Now, how about Anita? 6 months from now, where are you, and where has your life taken you?
Well, I am, previously to our day here, I was a student at Miskatonic working on a research paper, which I ripped up and began a new one and wrote it on just a binge of coffee in 2 weeks. When I submitted it, the professor took me aside and started introducing me to others connected to the university, and my life has really taken off. But I
Nice.
don't sleep as much these days.
And Robert, where are you 6 months from now? What are you doing?
Well, the whole reason Robert was coming up this way was for a painting excursion. So I think 6 months from now, he finally makes it back to New England, maybe Cape Cod or something, and he's just out, painting his happy trees and happy lighthouses, happy little lighthouses.
Have you still been able to not quite get that red just right?
No, I still can't do it. He's obsessing over that. He still hasn't totally recovered.
And Anne, 6 months from now, where are you, and where has life taken you? Maybe give us a little scene where Anne's at.
Anne happens to be sitting in a medicine man's lodge in the Pine Ridge Indian Reservation near the town of Allen, South Dakota, which is the farthest point in the United States from any ocean. She managed to get here by selling those 2 coins to that Newberry Point Society, who are the ones who were like, keep it away from Innsmouth, and they said they were going to pay a fair price. So I figure even if they only give me the gold value, I should have enough to close up shop and retire. And I choose to do so at that farthest point from any ocean. And I'm trying to forget all that I saw in working with the medicine man there in the Pine Ridge Reservation.
That's awesome. That's amazing. In Call of Cthulhu, when the adventure is over, there are rewards. Now, the rewards are typically sanity rewards. Now, this is a one-shot, so it doesn't really matter. But for killing one of the young creatures, you would get 1d4 points of sanity. And then for surviving the assault is 1d6 points of sanity. But what we're going to focus on is just how the improvements are made to your skills. So I'm going to turn on what's called development mode on Foundry. If you open your character sheet now, you'll have a little ribbon that has 2 gears. It's a little blue ribbon. If you click on that, there's in a green box, it'll say development phase. Any skill that you have succeeded on that didn't have bonus or penalty dice or the use of luck, if you click on that, you'll roll. And if you fail that roll, if you roll above your score, your roll will increase by 1d10 points. If you succeed, so Anita, you didn't improve anything because you rolled below. You rolled a 35 and needed to beat a 45, and you rolled a 28 and needed to beat a 60. And you can also do to recover luck points as well. And so, Frank, your firearms went up by 2%, and spot hidden went up by 10%, which is great. And so that's how. And then your character could then continue on with their skills, slowly improving. And but eventually, your sanity is usually what takes you out. And and your loss of sanity was just a temporary bout of insanity, a good night's rest, and you would recover from that. But if you would hit your daily maximum, that's an indefinite amount of insanity, and in that case, you need like professional care. And if your sanity ever reaches 0, you are clinically insane, past the point of repair. At that point you're lost, and it's time to roll up a new character. So that is Call of Cthulhu. That is the Lightless Beacon. I hope you all had a wonderful time. Every time I've run this, it goes a little differently. The ending's typically always the same. This is the second time I've had people set fire to the lighthouse, so that was fun. Everybody, yeah, it's like, everyone goes up the lighthouse. I think you're kind of supposed to. And most people, it takes them a while to figure out the gold. And so sometimes we're down to like one or two people that's left, and everyone else is dead or insane, and they're fighting each other. One person was insane and just hurled themselves off the lighthouse. And
Oh, wow.
so, yeah, it can get pretty wild. But you guys did really well. What did you think? Did you have fun? Did you like the system? Did you like the scenario? I'd love your feedback.
Yeah, I can go ahead and go first since
Yep.
it's my first time
Yeah,
playing
please
with
do.
you. First time using Foundry. First time playing Call of Cthulhu. Yeah, loved it. Yeah, you did a great job of keeping things moving, which is nice. But I still felt agency, which I'm sure on your end takes quite a bit to ping each of us to keep us involved.
Yeah, it's like herding cats. You just want to make sure everybody gets
Yeah.
screen time.
Foundry is great. I love the ability to like show us visuals,
Yes.
set music. So it keeps me interested beyond just theater of the mind.
Yep.
And yeah, I figured I would like Call of Cthulhu because I am a big
Big Lovecraft fan, yeah.
Yeah, aces all across the board.
Awesome. Well, you will get a survey from Start Playing, and if you feel like I did a great job, I would love a good review from you. And if I didn't do a great job, we never had this conversation.
That's right.
No, just let me know privately if there's things I could improve on. How about for Captain Marco? What did you think?
Yeah, like I've played a little tiny bit. This is 7E, right, for the Call of Cthulhu
Yes,
system?
yep.
I played a little bit, and as with even the old school Call of Cthulhu, it sometimes it's a bit like the mechanics are kind of heavy, but with Foundry it makes it much easier. Like it's like, oh, look at there's stars. I'm not having to do as much math on the
there's
fly,
no math,
which is helpful.
No math at all.
Because which there's a lot of in Call of Cthulhu, like the Chaosium one. Like if I do Cthulhu, I usually do a tiny Cthulhu.
Yeah, it's like I got to divide by 5. What?
Yeah, it's just a D6. Yeah, because like I played it live like not too long ago. I was like, what are these like slashes? What's this hard? And in a quick startup, it was like hard for them to kind of explain and for me to get right away.
Yeah.
But with this, it's just like, oh, yep, I get it. It makes sense. So system works. This one, I think, lends itself to virtual really well.
Yep.
And like Adam said, like obviously, the visuals and being able to do the things. And I thought all the players did like really great. I thought there was a lot of people, playing to their characters and to their character strengths.
Yeah, everybody leaned into their character and role played it well, I thought.
Yeah, a lot of fun.
Yeah, how about Hunter? What do you think? Oh, sorry, don't mean to cut you off. Go ahead.
Oh no, I was gonna say, I was like, from just before I went mad, I was like, when can I start throwing these coins at them?
I figured someone's gonna get it. Like, there's always someone that's like, oh, hey, maybe they're here for the coins. Like someone, it's so fun watching people make that connection. And sometimes it's early, and sometimes it's like not until like, well, we're out of bullets. Now what? So yeah. That was awesome. And some people run this. It's so on some of the discussion boards for like the Cult of Chaos that I run this for. People are like, how do you avoid a TPK? I'm like, well, you have an out, and the out is the coins. And they're like, what are you talking about? And it's like, well, that's why the things are going after them. It's like it even says in the scenario that's the point, is they're coming after the gold. I'm like, give the characters a chance to give the gold back. And some game masters totally miss that and just make this a bloody slog up the lighthouse, which that sounds horrible. But I like having a way to kind of solve it without mass casualties.
Right. Yeah.
Hunter, what did you think? This is your first time with Call of Cthulhu, right?
Yeah, it was fun. It kind of reminded me of Mothership a little bit.
Yeah, yep, very much like Mothership, where you're just kind of grinding yourself down into nothing.
Yeah, I like the sanity aspect. It's fun.
Mm-hmm.
Going crazy. And the luck was interesting too, to kind of brute force your roll.
Yeah, it's fun when you get into a game that doesn't use luck and you're like, can I make a luck? Oh no, dang it, I don't have luck points. And you still want to have that pool of points you can spend just to make successes.
Yeah, if anything, I should have used it more.
Well, especially in a campaign, you have to really ration it, because you may reach the end of the campaign and you have no luck left, and and you're just basically screwed. There is an optional rule in, I think it's in Pulp Cthulhu, which is an optional set of rules. If you have at least 30 points of luck, you can spend all of your luck to avoid death. So if something's going to kill you and you've got at least 30 luck, you blow it all. So even if you got 90, you spend all of it, and you survive whatever that thing was, but then you have no luck going forward. So luck is a pretty cool mechanic. And Ubik, playing Bob Ross, what did you think?
Yeah, I really liked it. I enjoyed it. I thought it was intense. I really thought we were all gonna die at the
end. it was not far off from those things. They were through that last gate. So
yeah, I didn't make the connection quick enough about the coins. So like, I really thought we were really about to all get killed.
I did try to keep the existence of the coins from most people.
Right. And so that's what was awesome, is like only half the people, or only like three of the 4 people know that there's even coins. Like Bob never saw a coin anywhere, and but Frank found a coin, and Anne found 2 coins plus the pouch, and Anita took 1 coin, and so I'm kind of keeping track of who's got what. And if you have read, and if you haven't, now's your chance. Go read Shadow over Innsmouth by H.P. Lovecraft, that talks kind of about this. If you're familiar with that story, I think it's easier to know that, oh, hey, the gold is why they're here. But it's public domain, so you can find it for free. Just Google Shadow over Innsmouth and give that a read. And it's a awesome, amazing story, and that this is definitely based on. Well, with that, I'm going to sign off. Thank you all for playing. I had an absolute blast. As most of you know, I record our sessions. I'll post this on YouTube if you want to go back and relive the memories. And you'll see it from the GM or the keeper's side of things, like what my screen looks like running Foundry. And if you don't want me to post that, just let me know, and I won't post the link. But I've got a channel with a couple hundred playthroughs of different games on there. You're more than welcome to go through and watch that. And I hope now that I've played with all of you at least once, I get to play with all of you at least one more time or more. So I think that for Captain Marco, this is our 2nd time, and for Adam Extra Mustard, this was my 1st time, but I hope it's not my last time. So thanks a lot, you guys, and I will see you soon.